Good morning, students. In last period we studied about the stem, its structure, functions and branching pattern in stem. Today we study about the modification of stem. Modification of stem is studied under the following three heads: aerial stem modification, subaerial stem modification and underground stem modification. First one, that is aerial stem modification. Aerial stem modification takes place by means of tendrils, stem thorns, phylloclades and cladodes. The aerial stems are exposed to different environmental conditions. Hence, besides its normal function, the stem may be modified to perform functions like food storage, vegetative propagation and pollination. First one is tendrils. The tendrils are thin, wiry, leafless and spirally coiled branches. The terminal part of a tendril is sensitive. It holds the support by coiling round it. The tendrils help the weak stem to climb the support. In some weak stem plants, the axillary bud or terminal bud may modify to form tendrils, which are specially called stem tendrils. Stem tendrils may be axillary, example passiflora, extra axillary in Lupha, apical bud tendril, Vitis, and floral bud or inflorescence tendrils in Antigonon. This is all about the stem modification for tendril. Then second, stem modification for thorns. The axillary buds of some plants get modified into hard and pointed structures called thorns. They are deep-seated structures having vascular connections with stem. Besides reducing transpiration, they protect the plant from browsing animals. Example, citrus, bougainvillea, eagle marmelos. Third modification of stem aerial modification is phylloclade. It is also called as cladophyll. The phylloclade is special modified photosynthetic stem present mostly in xerophytes. It is green, flattened or cylindrical structure which has distinct nodes and internodes. Xerophytes show many adaptations to check the rate of transpiration. Reduction of leaf size, early leaf fall, formation of scale leaves, spines, thorns, thick cuticle, presence of few stomata are some of the xerophytic characters. In such cases, the stem becomes flattened to carry out photosynthesis. These modified stems are called phylloclades or cladophylls. Usually, the phylloclades retain water in the form of mucilage. Example, Opuntia or cactus plant Casuarina. Next modification is cladode. It is the aerial modification of stem of leaf-like structure branch having the length of only one internode. It is green, flat or cylindrical leaf-like structure which perform the photosynthesis. Example is asparagus. Next modification of stem, it is subaerial modification. Subaerial modification means the stem remains under the surface of soil. It may be divided into runner, suckers, offset and stolon. First one, runner. A slender, elongated, prostrate aerial branch with long internodes creeping on the ground and rooting at the nodes. Such type of runner are found in grasses. Then second one, suckers. A creeping stem developing from the underground part of the stem but growing obliquely upward and directly giving rise to a leafy shoot or a new plant. Example is Mentha chrysanthemum. Third one, that is offset. A horizontal, short, more or less thickened, prostrate branch producing at the apex a tuft of leaves above the ground and a cluster of small roots below, especially in hydrophytes. Example, Pistia, Eichhornia and Salvinia. Next is stolon. A slender, elongated, horizontal stem at or below the surface of ground that gives rise to a new plant at its tip. Example is Colocasia. This is all about the subaerial modification of stem. Now, last one, that is the underground modification of stem. It may be studied under the following heads: rhizome, corm, tubers and bulbs. In many plants, the stem remains underground for various purposes like storage of food, perennation, that is for tolerating the unfavorable conditions, and vegetative propagation. There are many advantages for the underground stems. The underground stem can be identified by the presence of nodes, internodes, scale leaves, buds and branches. The first underground modification is rhizome. The rhizome is a thickened underground dorsiventral stem that grows horizontally up to the particular depth within the soil. It can be differentiated from the modified root by the presence of nodes, internodes, terminal buds, axillary buds and scale leaves. The terminal bud develops aerial shoot that bears inflorescence. Adventitious root develop on the ventral surface of the rhizome. The rhizomes are perennial and vegetatively propagating structures. Example, ginger and turmeric. Second underground modification, it is corm. It grows vertically at particular depth in the soil. The corm stores food material and becomes tuberous. It is non-green in color and conical, cylindrical or flattened in shape. The corm bears scale leaves at each node. In the axil of these scale leaves, axillary buds arise which grow into daughter corm. The terminal bud of the corm is large. It grows into aerial shoot and bears leaves and flowers. Adventitious roots normally develop from the base or all over the body of the corm. With the help of some special adventitious roots called contractile roots, the corm remains constantly at a particular depth. The corm propagates vegetatively by daughter corms. Example, Amorphophallus colocasia. Next underground modification, it is tuber. Stem tuber is the tuberous tip of an underground branch. It occurs below the soil at any depth. The axillary branches that are produced near the soil surface grow into the soil and their tips become swollen due to the accumulation of starch and proteins. Example, Solanum tuberosum, that is potato. And last underground modification, it is bulb. A bulb is a specialized underground stem, bears roots on its lower side and rosette of fleshy leaves, bases or fleshy scales on the upper side. In a bulb, the stem is reduced and disc-shaped. On the lower side of the disc, adventitious roots develop in cluster. The upper side of the disc shows compactly arranged fleshy leaves, bases or scale leaves so as to form an underground bulb. The leaf bases or scale become fleshy due to accumulation of food, that is carbohydrate and water. The terminal bud grow into inflorescence or aerial shoot, while the aerial shoot of bulb is called as scape, S-C-A-P, scape, while some of the axillary buds develop into daughter bulbs. Bulbs are of following two types, tuniculated bulbs and scaly or imbricated bulb. First one, tuniculated bulb. In tuniculated bulb, the fleshy leaf bases are arranged in a concentric manner. The entire bulb is covered by peripheral dry membranous leaf base called tunics, hence called the tunicated bulb. Example, Allium cepa, that is onion. Second type, scaly or imbricated bulb. In scaly bulbs, the fleshy scale leaves are arranged loosely overlapping one another. Such bulbs are not covered by any tunics, hence called naked bulbs or scaly bulbs or imbricated bulb. Example, Allium sativum, that is garlic. This is all about the modification of stem. The modification, it is of three subtypes: aerial stem modification, sub-aerial stem modification and underground stem modification. Thank you.